Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli. Watch the greenbacks
tumble. Our engineer and I, John, were talking about what it'd be like being in the Secret Service and pledging that we would take a bullet. I'm afraid I'd have to say, change my mind. Everyone all set, cocked, locked. Here we go. Your dial is set correctly to USA Prepares. And we broadcast 2 hours from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. If you'd like to call us, we have a telephone line set up just for you, 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. There's a link to instructors on the website, USAPREPARES.com. John is engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. Captain John Regan's with us. Welcome, Captain John Regan.
Good morning, Vincent.
Is it Friday already? Class, that's an inside joke. I call John Regan on Mondays just before the broadcast, a few minutes before the broadcast, just to see if there are any last minute updates and check in, and it's the same thing. Is it Monday already? It's good to hear your voice, John. Thanks for joining us again in class twice this week. There's so many news items that you want to talk about. I want to share one quick thing with you. You know, I've been hammering on how miserable of a bank I've found UMB Financial with their Visa card. And my Visa card is canceled with them. And the interesting thing is I decided to call another credit card company that we have a credit card with, and we've been with them for a long time, Bank of America. Don't use that card very often. I mean, very, very, very rarely do we use that card. And I thought, let me call them and see if I can get a card in the name of Anthony Soprano. And so I'm on hold with a guy named Canaris. I'm on hold. And next thing I know, this gal answers, and she says, this is Susan. How may I help you? And I said, wow, Susan. I was on hold with Canaris. And she said, well, how can I help you? And I said, what do you do? And she said, well, I'm in the fraud department. So obviously he transferred me to the fraud department. And I said, well, I don't have anything to discuss with the fraud department. She said, well, let me try to help you. And she wanted all kinds of information from me. And, I wasn't really interested in providing it. And I said, well, let me ask you, can I get a credit card in another name, authorized user on my account? And she said, with a social security number, yeah. And I said, well, I don't have a social security number for this user, and that would be Anthony Soprano. And I said, so, okay, I guess we can't do anything. Thanks so much. Bottom line is I've connected two dots. The common thread between UMB Financial and Bank of America is Visa. They are both Visa cards. So the only card that I found so far that will authorize an alias is Discover. The only one. So Discover is the first card in my wallet. Just wanted to share that with you, Discover. And we'll see how well I can travel with the Discover card, and we'll see how well that card is accepted, and see how many times that card is declined for purchases the way my UMB Financial card was, just because I didn't tell them where I was traveling. And by the way, Bank of America told me that if I use their card when I'm traveling, I will probably experience having purchases declined because I'm not willing to tell them where I'm traveling. I am not willing to tell them when I'm traveling and where I'm traveling. It's none of their business. And, you know, I would think of a credit card as something for convenience. And if I'm being declined for purchases, that's not convenience, that's inconvenience. So why would I have it? So the plan, class, for me is to use cash even more than I use it now. Even more. So just wanted to share that bit of information with you. I'm not trying to belabor the point about how much I dislike UMB Financial. I would think that they're among, at least in my opinion, they're among some of the worst companies that I've had the experience of dealing with. So, and we did verify that our account is closed with UMB Financial. So, John, what's on the list for today?
Well, do you realize that 5 years ago we didn't even know each other?
Yeah, and yeah, and it's been a great journey with you, and I really appreciate everything you do, John. Let me share this. I've mentioned things like this, but let me just give you the latest. I get a lot of calls here. As a matter of fact, when I'm on the phone, I usually have to say, hey, can you just hold on a second? I've got another call coming in, and then we're back. Can you hold on just a second? I've got another call coming in. So it's call, interrupted by call, and that's what it's like. And of the calls that I'm getting, John, many of them are thanking you through me for all the work that you do. Seriously. So many instructors and people who call mentioned the name, John Regan. Thanks so much for what he does. They really, really appreciate it. I am not exaggerating. So I just wanted to convey that message to you. It's really true.
Thank you.
You have a lot of very loyal and thankful students. Seriously, across the country. And one other thing, class, I have the envelopes, the postpaid self-addressed envelopes for the seeds. They will go out today. And if you are interested in my favorite seeds, 3 packs of White Harvest seeds, I will be delighted to send them to you at no charge whatsoever. There are 3 packs of seeds. They are packed for 20. Let's see, 1 second here. They are. The date on them is germination date is 8/18 of 14, roughly. There are different dates, but 14. And beefsteak tomatoes, my favorite. California Wonder sweet peppers, my favorite. And serrano peppers, another one of my favorites. You'll get all 3 packs of seeds. They're not little trial packs. They're full packs. I'll be delighted to send them to you until supplies run out. If you send me a postpaid envelope, and number 10 would be fine, just a standard size envelope, and I'm just going to put the seeds in them and mail them right back out. So, Vincent Finelli, Finelli, P.O. Box 99, Grove Spring, Grovespring, Mo, Missouri, M-O, 65662. And include in that envelope an envelope that I can send the seeds to you. Put a stamp on it, please, and your mailing address. So all I have to do is pop the seeds in an envelope, and out they go. And my son saw all these envelopes arrive, and he said, "Wow, this is so great! They all put their self-addressed envelopes in this. It makes it real easy, Dad. That's great." And I said, "Right, that is great," and we're delighted to do it. So these envelopes have come from all over the country, and I'm delighted that you're interested in gardening. So we have some more left, and we'll be glad to send them out as soon as we receive your postpaid, self-addressed, stamped envelope. And just put 1 first-class stamp on the envelope that you'd like us to send the seeds to you in. Simple as that. And we don't share your information with anybody. We don't. It's just for us to send you the seeds. So thank you so much. And John Regan, where are we for today's class?
get them before they're contraband.
Well, yeah, and they're heirloom seeds. So what you can do is if you save these seeds, you won't have to buy any more seeds. And these are the seeds that I've bought from White Harvest Seed Company. And I remember calling Mike Knox many years ago when we started this broadcast, and I was interviewing seedsmen, and I wanted to bring on board the guy who would test his own seeds, grow many of his own seeds, and sell them directly. And so I called him and I said, Mike Knox of White Harvest Seed, some of our instructors would like to grow gardens. We would like to buy in bulk from you. What do you recommend? Why do you recommend it? And can we buy it in bulk, and then we're going to divide it among us? He said, sure. So we spent several $100s, a couple $100 probably. It ended up being about $50 a piece. And we had a lifetime's worth of seeds, because all we have to do is grow and save. Simple as that. And they're heirloom seeds. And that's what we recommend that you all do for your own food security.
Well, 5 years ago today, we got the news of a major earthquake, a tsunami, and then the word Fukushima became part of our vocabulary. And unfortunately, it seems the mainstream media is ignoring how dire the situation is there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to Jeff Rent's Monday night, his third hour. He always has a Fukushima update. And Dana Durnford was saying that after the event, for the remainder of March, everybody, at least in the United States, inhaled 5 hot particles a day. Now, we don't know exactly what radionuclide they were, but that is rather disturbing, because just one of those can end up causing severe problems later on.
Okay, well, I've got to tell you that I was talking with Dr. Norman Shealy. This is just anecdotal evidence on Monday at the meetup. And I mentioned how many people that seem to have cancer now that didn't have cancer before, and respiratory problems. And I think it's very, very serious. And class, if you're not angry with General Electric, you're not paying attention. Yep. General Electric designed, manufactured a bunch of these reactors, all that have littered the entire planet. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy, or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Hey, I rode the elevator with you, but I don't work on the upper floors. I just want to squeeze in there right next to you, so the RFID scanner in my pocket can capture all your personal information, your debit and credit cards, even your work ID badge. So your identity is now my identity. Going up, so am I.
For over 10 years, ID Stronghold has pioneered RFID blocking wallets and ID badge holders for consumers, the U.S. military, and even the Executive Office of the President. Shouldn't you be protected too? ID Stronghold wallets cost about the same as wallets in most stores, but give you extra protection.
I'm Wal Augustinowicz, founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. Don't be a victim of electronic pickpocketing. Protect yourself from crimes you can't see with ID Stronghold wallets, card sleeves, and purses.
Visit idstronghold.com and get the original RFID blocking wallets and badge holders. idstronghold.com.
Destroy harmful bacteria, allergens, bedbugs, dust mites, fleas in your home with the Ladybug Steam Vapor System. The Ladybug dives deep on surfaces without any toxic residue. Traditional control agents contain toxic chemicals which do more harm than good. Sanitize and disinfect using just water. Quick, fast, and surprisingly easy.
Find out more now by calling 800-997-6584. Ask for Randy. That's 800-997-6584. Or go to advap.com/GCN. That's advap.com/GCN.
Extend your life with Extendovite, a 7-herb combination made from garlic, cayenne, bilberry, hawthorn, ginkgo biloba, valerian, and milk thistle. Each herb was chosen for their abilities to help improve irregular heartbeats, chest pain, lower cholesterol, as well as normalize blood pressure and clean and strengthen arteries, plus much, much more. Doctors have taken people off of some or all of their pills just because they believe their patients got better while taking Extendovite. Get the dependability of Extendovite. Just see how you feel in 6 months. A 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid is only $69.95 plus shipping and handling. Call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
You know, John, I remember the broadcast that we did right after Fukushima, right after the catastrophe, the next day. And I said two things. One was, this is the worst man-made disaster since Noah's flood, and people laughed at us. And then we said, if I were the CEO of General Electric, I'd be heading for the hills. And you know what? Those General Electric executives are doing just fine. They're involved in one of the greatest catastrophes, if not the greatest catastrophe the world has ever known. That's man-made. We did it to ourselves. GE, we bring good things to life. That used to be their slogan. Remember that, John?
Yeah, I also remember when Southwestern Bell said, "We may be the only phone company in town, but we try not to act like it." That was always good for a laugh.
Yeah. You're right. And speaking of phone companies, John, our phone bill went up. It went up from $69 to $89. And I called the company, and I got transferred to South America, Guyana, and I got disconnected after about 14 or 15 or 16 minutes, called back, got disconnected again. And I've decided that my time is just as valuable as anybody else's. So now when I call a company, I say, before I give them all the information, I say, my name is Vincent, and I'm calling about this. Are you able to help me, or should I call a different number? I don't tell them what the situation is. I don't go through all of the identification first and then tell them what the situation is. I cut right to the chase. And I said, you're in South America. Are you going to be able to help me with this, or do you have the authority to do this, or do I need to talk to somebody in the United States? And I don't mean to be rude, but my time is valuable too. And I'm tired of wasting it with people that cannot help me, that just apologize for their inability to do whatever it is I'm hoping that they can do. And after being disconnected and hung up on, not through anger, just through incompetence, I finally got a guy in the United States with the phone company. It's called CenturyLink. And I said, I'm really hoping that you're the guy. You're the guy that can actually accomplish this. And when we were all done, my phone service went from $89 to $55 with the same exact service. And the point of all that, class, is if you call these guys up and ask them for their lowest price. Sometimes they'll say our basic package is. Now, basic package doesn't mean lowest price. It means that that's what they call their basic package. Like a standard contract. This is our standard contract. But that doesn't mean it's the best contract. It's the one that has the name standard on it. But it doesn't mean standard. It means custom. So words have been changed. So our advice is, if you want the lowest price, you call up and say, I would like the lowest price. And by the way, I don't think I'm going to be able to stay with you guys with the prices you're charging now. So we have to get it lower or I'm out of here. I don't want to be, but I don't really have a choice because the economy's lousy. And so I'm delighted that we were able to get the price down from 89 to 55. That was a nice accomplishment. Now, it did take several phone calls to pull that off, but you have to get the right guy. And I learned how to do it, and that is you have to ask them, are you able to do this? Do you have the authority and the ability and the keyboard that will let you do this? And we got it done. But it looks like, John, you and I are in a neck-and-neck race, closing bank accounts. And I was talking with Joey from Michigan, and we're all doing the same thing. We've all had it. We've all had it with people wasting our time. And we're voting with our wallets. We're not spending money with people who aren't very nice. Wow, talked right through that whole segment. John, any thoughts?
Let's try and finish up on radiation when we get back.
Yeah, I don't know, John. That's pretty serious. 5 particles each, right? Everyone in the United States?
That's right.
No wonder we're all sick.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today. Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of slingbow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com. Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Don't know what's in your drinking water? Better get a ProPure. With the Pro 1 G 2.0 all-in-one filter, remove over 200 contaminants, including fluoride and lead. Taste water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure water filtration products. There's a ProPure system for you. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer for details on our current free shipping special or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPuruSA.com.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details in the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Captain John Reagan's with us, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. We've clicked on the news tab. John, back to radioactivity in Fukushima.
Well, we wonder about how crazy do you have to be to put nuclear reactors on a coastline that are subject to tsunamis. Well, unfortunately, we get to talk about the Turkey Point turkey. This is in South Florida. And I love this quote from, it's the mayor of South Florida. He also is a biological sciences professor at Florida International University. He says, "You would have to work hard to find a worse place to put a nuclear plant right between two national parks and subject to hurricanes and storm surge." Mm-hmm. And the other part of what's going on there is apparently they've been dumping wastewater into the bay, and they've completed a study and trying to get down to the and I just read it before while we were on break. There it is. The levels of tritium, which we've talked about before, is more than 200 times the normal level in the bay water. Mm-hmm. Isn't that special?
Mm-hmm. Well, when you think about this, John, we think about the engineers that were involved, the managers that were involved, the supervisors that were involved, the government employees who were involved. I mean, all the people who were involved. And how is it possible? Even the guys who are specifying the concrete for these containment vessels. There's one thing with concrete it's guaranteed to do, and that is crack. Now just look at sidewalks, look at roads, look at your your basement, look at wherever concrete is poured, you'll see cracks. It's guaranteed to crack, literally. Well, Here's an analogy that maybe will make some sense to our class. How many of you have air conditioning systems in your cars? Okay, just about all cars have air conditioning systems today. Okay, as long as you've had an air conditioning system, have you ever had one where the Freon had to be replaced, recharged? Of course. So here we have just Freon gas, used as a refrigerant, that is in a system that contains rubber hoses, it contains O-rings, it contains a compressor, and there are seals in this compressor, and it's a pressurized system, and they leak. So we've said, Freon is an ozone depleting gas, and it's really dangerous, and we shouldn't be using it, but yet we put it in automobiles. How many automobiles are involved in collisions? A lot. What happens when there's a front-end collision? Well, the Freon leaks out because the system gets broken or ruptured or cracked. Okay, and if it doesn't leak out that way, it leaks out during its useful life expectancy. If it doesn't leak out then, it leaks out when the car is crushed for recycling. So almost 100% of all the Freon that's put in all of these cars has leaked out, one way or another. Now, if you just extrapolate that out to nuclear energy, and you have a worse scenario where you have a byproduct that we have no idea what to do with, that's toxic even at the particle level, just a particle of it. We had to be out of our minds to pursue this technology. So I'm saying that everyone involved in the nuclear industry, who's been involved in the construction, the design, the implementation, even the guy who sells nuclear reactors, the salesman, saleswoman, they're guilty of crimes against the planet. Every living thing. Radiation causes mutations. One of our instructors saw a birth of a child with two heads. A human with two heads. One of our instructors saw it. Pretty serious. So Ricky Rocket, also known as affectionately Dr. Richard Allen Miller, believes that the switch should be shut off. And so do I. John, what do you think?
The only sane thing is to shut it off, every single reactor in the world, and hope that we have at least a year before we have any kind of grid down situation so that they can get the cores cooled down.
And you talked about every one of us receiving 5 particles of radiation. Is that through respiratory?
That was inhaled. That does not count what you ingested with what you ate and drank.
Yep. And so if you're in an airplane, you get more. If you're eating food that comes from the Pacific, you're getting more, right? And I just posted a radiation dose calculator, John, on our website, usapreparedness.com. And it says that, let's see, the average international standards allow exposure to as much as 5,000 millirems a year for those who work with and around radioactive material. The average dose per person from all sources is about 620 millirems per year. So let's say 9 times more is allowed if you work with and around radioactive material. Well, that's the standards allow. I mean, I don't. Who writes these standards? They say this is okay. You can receive as much as 5,000 millirems. Well, this calculator will tell you that depending on where you live, if you live in states that border the Gulf or Atlantic coast, how much you'll get just from living there, or if you live in the Colorado Plateau, how much you'll get if you live there, or if you live elsewhere in the United States. And then there's elevations, like if you live in Chicago, how much you'll get, or Denver. Denver's a lot. You're way over. If you live in Denver, you're getting more than the amount that is allowed, in quotes, by the international standards if you work with or around radioactive material. Just living in Denver, you're going to get more. Las Vegas is high. Minneapolis is high. Pittsburgh is high. St. Louis is medium. Salt Lake City is high. Anyway, that's on usaprepares.com. And it talks about medical tests and, what an X-ray or a barium X-ray or a pelvis X-ray or a hip X-ray or extremity X-ray or a CT scan. And you can find out how much radiation you're getting just by your lifestyle, where you live, and some medical procedures. So that's usaprepares.com, page number 1. You're probably not going to like looking at it. Doesn't get much more serious than this, and some people think that we're talking about an extinction event with these nuclear reactors. Yes, John?
And it's between that and the geoengineering, it's pretty scary.
We're finding out as I talk with the instructors, off the air. We're finding out that a lot of us have respiratory issues. My voice has changed in the last 6 to 12 months. I'm out on the tractor. I'm out in that stuff, and I mentioned that Sam, one of our instructors at the meetup, I've said this I think twice this week, said that he was standing under a street light in Springfield, and he saw this dust coming down. He could see it at night. It's absolutely visible at night. So, class, take your flashlight out there at night and just aim it up at the sky, or 45 degrees up from ground, and you'll see it. Doesn't matter where you live in the United States, you'll see it. We've had over 40, I believe 46 chemtrails in last Sunday. 46 separate planes, John. And this has to be approved by our government, because you can't fly an airplane without the government knowing about it. Even a Piper Cub. And we've got these evil people spraying evil substances on us. I really believe it's all for population elimination. I believe that's what this is.
I just wonder if they're going to be safe in their underground facilities even.
Not if there's some of us that are left when they come out. I think there are going to be people who are angry. I think there are people who will have lost loved ones. And the old expression, maybe their Agent Orange will act up. I'm not calling for it. I'm just saying I can see it. John, we may have a really hot summer. We may have a hot summer where people are really angry. People are angry right now about the morass in the political system. People, the villagers seem to want Donald Trump. And just yesterday, the grand old party, the Republican crime syndicate, said, you know what, we're going to support whoever the candidate is. But the day before that, they were doing everything they could to get Donald Trump out of the race. Everything they could. They had a secret meeting on an island off Georgia. Captains of industry and technology and Republican captains of the Republican Party to do everything they could to get him out of the race. Everything they could. And there have been jokes about, and they're not jokes, but that's what they've been called, about killing him. I don't think it's funny at all. I think it's sick. If the people want him, why shouldn't he be their president? Regardless of what any of us thinks. And actually, I'm for him. I am for Donald Trump, because he's not a member of the sickness of the Democrat nor the Republican crime syndicate. For that reason alone, he's our best choice. By now you know that usaprepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Hi there. Are you an unhappy timeshare owner? Have you ever asked yourself, how can I get rid of my timeshare? Does your story go something like Stacy's story goes? Here's Stacy now.
My husband and I went and visited a resort, and they kind of attacked us, and they kept sending more and more people until we finally said yes, and we bought this timeshare, and then we were stuck in this timeshare that we couldn't get rid of, and we tried all different ways. They made it seem like it was this really great deal, and when we said no originally, then they brought the price down, and then when we still said no, they brought in the manager, and they brought the price down even lower, and they started breaking it in different ways to make it look like it was this really awesome deal. The reality was it wasn't an awesome deal at all.
To cancel your timeshare contract, call ACC today. It's an attorney-based program with a free consultation. The first 20 callers get a 20% discount. Call now, 800-587-EXIT. That's 800-587-3948. Call today, 800-587-EXIT. That's 800-587-3948.
It's no secret that pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, molds, and fungus can inflict severe damage in the human body. Fortunately, a new and vastly improved silver solution has been developed. Supernatural Silver is a revolutionary broad-spectrum antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal solution that can be used inside the body as well as on the skin. Supernatural Silver is unique and superior to colloidal and ionic silvers, using a patented technology that is highly effective against colds, flus, infections, food poisoning, and yeast, in addition to many other pathogens. Supernatural Silver is scientifically supported, extremely safe, and is the #1 choice of thousands of people for immune system support. Find out how Supernatural Silver could change your life. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HEALTHY for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com, and like us on Facebook.
If you want to raise the next generation of Patriot leaders, take a look at Freedom Project Academy, a Judeo-Christian online school for kindergarten through high school. No Common Core teaching methods or high-stakes testing. Freedom Project Academy is government-free, doesn't accept any government funding, and is a fully accredited private school. All classes are taught live online with real teachers across the country. Open enrollment runs March through July, but classes fill up quickly. Check them out at fpeusa.org. That's fpeusa.org.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
For the most amazing, calming, brain-stabilizing, blood sugar, and natural addiction-breaking formula, try CalMind. Anxiety melts, panic is gone, sleep is restful, and you'll stay calm during stress. Better than booze, mind-altering drugs, or anti-anxiety, antidepressant, toxic medications, CalMind lubricates your mind so you'll sail through the day effortlessly. Order Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutridyne at 888-212-8871 or NutriMedical.com and listen to the NutriMedical Report every weekday on the GCN Radio Network. NutriMedical, bringing nutrition and medicine together.
Captain John Regan's with us, and we're talking about something very serious. And during the break, I was typing a note to to accompany the White Harvest seeds that I'm going to send out today. So just a little note from me thanking you for being in class and requesting the seeds. So if anyone wants them, just Vincent Finelli, P.O. Box 99, Grove Spring 65662. That's in Missouri, MO. So Vincent Finelli, P.O. Box 99, Grove Spring, GROVESPRING, Mo 65662, and I'll be glad to send you 3 packs of seeds. Absolutely no charge. Just send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, and we'll pop them in, and they'll be yours. No charge, no obligation, no cost, and no salesman will call. Just our way of saying thank you for being in class. John Regan?
Well, let's see if we can make it to a second link for this hour. At the top of the resources, I have a link for the Hear the Watchman conference. A week from today, I'll be there. And if you're going, if you click on the author tab, you can see what Becky and I look like, so you can come by and meet us while we're there. And just 2 things quickly. One, if you can't go, right now you can get the live stream for $29. Covers the entire 3 days of the conference, and you can view it for up to a week after the conference. So that's a great deal. And if you find out that you can make it now, there's still a way to get a $99 ticket, and that's by entering the code Hagman, HAGMANN. I don't know if it's discount code, coupon code, whatever it is on the checkout. And through Monday, you can still get a ticket for $99. Which is really a great price for a 3-day conference, and some really great speakers. And of course, I'll try and tell you what I can about it once we get through those 3 days. Let me quickly cover Tale of Two Droughts. These update every Thursday. Not a whole lot of difference. California did get a little reduction from the higher drought levels. The drought 2 to drought 4 that one actually went up, but the totals just sticking around the same. There's been a lot of rain both there and in Texas. Most of that's happened since the Tuesday cutoff, and I would expect to see most of the dry spots in Texas go away, with maybe the exception of the Panhandle and far west Texas. So we'll keep an eye on that and report on that a week from Monday. And sliding on down to the financial, Walmart's problem, and they've actually got a couple of them. The title on the actual article is, "This is how bad the economy really is. Walmart customers are too broke to shop." So, when you're in a position where your customers can't afford to shop, and you've just given your employees a pay raise, and when you're as big as Walmart, that turns into a lot of money real quick. I would expect to see some serious negative reports, quarterly reports from Walmart. And when those big companies have problems, it starts rippling through the rest of the economy. And just to help point out how bad things really are, we'll talk about what it costs just to be broke in America.
Yeah, not only what it costs. Oh, you can get fined for being broke, right?
That too.
Yeah, no kidding. You can be fined. Brought to you by your local plague politicians. Captain John Regan and I will be right back. This is USAPrepares.com. I'm Vin Finelli. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Need a powerful ally to fight daily bugs and serious pathogens? Allicin Med is the powerful universal pathogen killer's latest advance of German-sourced allicin, enzymatically stabilized to clear the body of bacteria, fungi, mycobacteria, and parasites. It penetrates body biofilms and is non-toxic to tissues. Pathogen resistance cannot develop for long-term body-optimized wellness. Clear stealth pathogens that promote autoimmune disease, cancer, and vascular inflammation and plaque and promote healing of tissues. Now pathogen-free. With 200 milligrams more power than prior Alamed, you can't get a more powerful ally to fight daily bugs and serious pathogens. Give your body what it needs. Allicin Med. Order Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutridyne at 888-212-8871 or NutriMedical.com. That's 1-888-212-8871 or NutriMedical.com. And listen to the NutriMedical Report every weekday on the GCN Radio Network. NutriMedical.com, bringing nutrition and medicine together.
Are you looking to sell body armor? Want to make extra money selling body armor at your local gun shows? With low minimum buys and great returns, KD Armor is the answer. Make money in your spare time. It's American-made body armor with the quickest turnaround in the industry, which means you get your product when you need it at very competitive rates. And they'll ship it to you for free. If you own a business, give them a call today at 855-488-KD. That's 855-488-2284. Or go to kdarmor.com. Come and take it.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest priced filtration systems in every size. For incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency, get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com.
Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Here we go. Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Captain John Regan's with us in the front of the classroom today. Captain John Regan, what is next?
Earn to just be broke. And
John, we missed the part of that. Your audio was being pot up. Could you start over, please?
Yes, we're going to talk about how much you have to earn to just be broke.
Okay, great.
In America today. And
I'm looking forward to earning that much.
Me too.
Moving on up to poverty.
One of the media people that's going to be at Hear the Watchman is Josh Tolley. He's a broadcaster on Genesis. In fact, he's on the exact same time we are. And might as well take this opportunity to thank GCN. I'm so glad that they provide the archives for all the shows for free. You can just go to gcnlive.com, click on the archive podcast area, and you need more than 24 hours a day to listen to everything. That's how great it is. So anyway, Josh was on with Doug and Joe Hagman back on March 3rd. And during hour 2, he brought up these numbers, and I managed to get it all copied down. So these are just 12 areas, and he's using national averages. So rent, $1,000. Car insurance, $144.66. Cell phone, $73. And if you're paying more than that, you might want to talk to Choose Your Own Wireless. Becky and I have smartphones, and we're able to do 2 smartphones with data for 68. So you can undercut that average. Utilities, 264. Cable and internet, 100. Food, 332. Gasoline, 220. Car payment, 466. Saving 10% for retirement. Like that happens. 385. College loan, 575. Life insurance, 33. Health insurance, 402. When you total all that up, for all practical purposes, let's call it $4,000 a month. It's just over $5 away from being $4,000 a month. And by the time you, that's the after tax what you're spending. So before tax, in essence, you have to make $70,000 a year just to have nothing. And you might notice that was just 12 items. Maybe you're one of the ones don't have a college loan, so that's a nice chunk that can go elsewhere. But it doesn't talk about anything like say you have kids and you work and you're having to pay for childcare. It doesn't actually talk about things like real medical expenses, just health insurance. It doesn't cover any kind of real entertainment other than what you would get from cable. So there's a lot of items that we could technically add to this list. So if you're feeling pinched, it's it's a real situation. We've had all these expenses go up over the years, and for all practical purposes, the our income hasn't in real terms. It may have gone up, but you're doing good to stay up with expenses. And of course, the way our government looks at things, since you're making more money, they're going to tax you more. So you end up with less money to take home, which means they have you right where they want you. Vincent?
As I was listening to, they do. They have us right where they want us. And as I was listening to you say these things, there's some things that I didn't hear. For example, for those who have a lawn, you might need a lawnmower, whether it be a little ride-around lawnmower, on the high end, or one that you push around on the low end. But a lawnmower, and then the maintenance supplies for that. And then what about trash disposal? And what if you wanted to have a washing machine, a clothes dryer, a stove, cleaning supplies for your kitchen? What if you wanted to have dishes, knives, forks, dishes, maybe a blender, a toaster, pots and pans? The list goes on. And none of that was included, John. None of it. Not one item of that.
Not even car maintenance.
Correct. And the reason I didn't say that was, when you said gas, for the car, I was thinking, oh, all right, well, maybe it's included. I don't know. But yeah, car maintenance, John, we just put some suspension parts on our 1999 Mercedes ML320 with 250,000 miles on it. By the way, it's a great car. Actually, it's a truck. So, class, if you're thinking about something that's easy to get in and out of, and it's all-wheel drive, and it lasts a long time, Mercedes ML320, 1999, 2000, 2001, you can probably get one for around $3,000. Anyway, so we put suspension parts in ourselves, and we had it aligned. And the cost of that was about $600, and that's with us doing all the labor. Now, if we brought it to Mercedes, 6 hours at, $150 an hour, $900 for labor, it's expensive. It's very expensive if you have to have service done on your car. And if you have home air conditioning and you have to call in someone or a plumber, oh man, you're talking a lot of money for very simple repairs. A leaking faucet, you're looking at a couple $100 to have the plumber come out if you can't do it yourself. So you're right, and that's just to have your numbers were to have 70,000 is what you'd have to earn to have absolutely nothing except a roof over your head and some food, and be able to go back and forth to work and have a cell phone.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And, oh, by the way, I'll bet you the deductible on that health insurance was not in there. So that's health insurance, assuming you don't use it.
Right.
Class, as I travel the country, speaking about how to start your own business and take the same tax deductions the rich take, you might want to attend that seminar, because I talk about how you can use your purchases as tax deductions for a business that you just start. I teach you how to do that. And there's no cost to attend my seminars. I may even do it on the air someday. When you think about that. I don't know how well it would work on the air because it's really interactive. It's a lot of fun doing that. But, class, please read Publication 17. Download Publication 17. It's an IRS publication. And read the section about business deductions, use of your home and business deductions. And when you read that, you're going to smile. You're going to learn that you can take lots of deductions that you didn't think you could ordinarily take and save a lot on your taxes. You have to be very clever, and you have to be able to defend what you do. And that's not a problem, because you're going to do it in earnest. Back to you, John.
Now, let's talk about some of the financial links that we didn't get to Monday. First up is affordable Canadian housing. We've talked about how outrageous real estate is in California. Well, here in Vancouver, an abandoned rotting house is listed for $7.2 million. Now, there's another piece of this puzzle that will make it clear why it is so much, and that is China. There's a lot of people in China that made a lot of money, and they know the situation in China is bad, so they're trying to find every way possible to protect their wealth and get their money out of China. So this is one of the the tricks that they're doing, is they're going out and paying ridiculous amounts for real estate like this just to get the money out of the country, and setting up, basically shell companies that will hold on to this money in a safer place than being in China. And some people think we should be doing something similar in the United States. If you can get some of your assets out of the country, that it might be better. I think that's pretty much a waste of time, because when things go south, I don't think there's going to be travel. I don't think the capital controls, if the government's still operating, will let you do those things. And if we're grid down, it doesn't matter. It's then the food, water, shelter issue that we're talking about.
And what about these electronic passports, John? Let's say you want to go out of the country, and they decide, you know what, someone in the government, the United States government, says, you know what, let's shut down the passports. Click, with a click of the mouse, now the passports don't work and nobody goes anywhere. Imagine that. You're all dressed up and now you can't go, right?
Unless you're one of the special people.
Yeah.
And you're not part of the club, by the way.
I'm not?
If you're listening to this broadcast, you are not part of the club.
Oh, man. All these years I've been thinking I was. John, I'm glad you mentioned that. Just a very, very short side trip. I know people who have children, and they think, it's okay that their child becomes a cop, or is like a cadet type person, a cop in training or a cop wannabe, because they think that they will get inside information, know what's going on and ahead of time, and they'll be able to plan their escape or whatever they've got to do, because their child or their family member is a cop or a cop-to-be or a cop wannabe. Think about this. Do you think that those people are not disposable, number one? And do you think those people are actually going to get any inside information, number two? The answer is they're not going to get inside information, and they are disposable. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
Looking for that edge during those intimate moments? We see many ads for enhancement, but the side effects include death. At GCN Team, we should change the Healthy Body, Brain, and Heart Pack to the Healthy Libido Pack. The brain and heart are not the only organs that require a healthy vascular system. For proper blood flow at the right moment, go to GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203.
You know, Captain John Regan, I was talking with John, our engineer, during the break about how expensive tools are. I need to buy an impact wrench for the track loader so I can make some repairs on it. And an impact wrench that I need to do this job, I'm looking at one made by Snap-on eBay, $624.95. That's a lot of money for a wrench, okay? Now, you can buy some used ones, too. You can buy a used one for about $300. Unbelievable how much tools cost. Absolutely incredible. Captain John Regan, we have Bob in Michigan on. Welcome, Bob.
Hi. What kind of wrench is that?
Hey. Well, it's a 3/4 inch impact wrench.
Okay. So it's air driven.
Yeah. And, well, you know, the track loader, it's a Caterpillar. It's an old 1970s model Caterpillar track loader. It's like a little bulldozer. Actually, it's a medium-sized bulldozer. And, you know, I need to do some repairs and maintenance to it, but, you know, everything's heavy on it. So I have a half-inch impact gun or a wrench that I've had since the 1970s, but I need one that's a lot stronger, twice as powerful. And so I need to get a 3/4 inch one. And, you know, I'm looking and I'm shopping and I'm looking on Craigslist, and these things are, you know, $300 used, you know, for a name brand.
That's pretty bad when you got to pay that much for a wrench.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Can't you just get a
So how can we
regular
help
one with a really long handle on it?
Well, my understanding, there's 260 bolts that I need to take off the track when I work on the track. Yeah. And so it'd be a lot faster. I could probably save myself a week by having an impact wrench.
Right.
So what can we do to help you, Bob?
Well, we had talked before. You were coming up here to Michigan. Maybe we were going to get together. You were going to pick up some kind of equipment or look at. Have you?
Well, I was looking at a track loader. Joey found a couple track loaders in Michigan for me.
Whereabouts?
Well,
Southwest.
It's in western Michigan, but I didn't end up getting that one. I found one locally that was about 1/3 the price, and I bought that here and had it trucked over. But I'm going to go see Joey. We're going to, Joey and I are buddies, and I'm going to go see him, and I'll let you know when I get to that point.
Good. Give me a call or something.
Mm-hmm. Sure, be glad to.
I'm still swamped with work here with my business. You're talking about
let's tell the class about what you're doing. So you have a very interesting product. Class, many years ago, I bought a pair of JBL speakers, and they were called Centuries. They're also known as L100, and they had a foam grill on them, and the foam grill on mine crumbled. It just aged with the toxins in the air. They just crumbled. They're absolutely magnificent looking speakers. And so Bob in Michigan has developed the technology to make the replacement foam speaker grills for JBL L100 speakers and some other really fine vintage speaker systems from the 1970s and 80s, right?
Yeah, I make it for all makes and models. And there's hundreds of different makes and models all over the world. So.
And you're looking to hire some people to help you, and you've been unable to do that, right?
To expand the business, yeah, I've got to expand it.
All right,
I've got another product too that I plan to introduce that's going to be bigger.
Bob, what's your website?
You can just look up foam speaker grills.
That's foam speaker grills, GRILLES, correct?
Yeah.
Foamspeakergrills.com.
Yep.
And is your contact number there?
Email. I use email only.
Okay, how would you, if someone wants to work with you and be paid by you for working in your company, what email address would you like them to use?
It's on the website. Sales at foamspeakergrills.com.
Sales@foamspeakergrills.com. Anything else you want to share with us, Bob?
Well, mainly I'm looking for business expansion help, not just hiring people.
Okay. All right, I will pass the word on when we come back. Thanks so much for being with us.
Okay.
Okay, class, Foam Speaker Grills, GRILLES. Sales@foamspeakergrills.com if you're interested in a job.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Don't know what's in your drinking water? Better get a ProPure. With the Pro 1 G 2.0 all-in-one filter, remove over 200 contaminants, including fluoride and lead. Taste water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure water filtration products. There's a ProPure system for you. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer for details on our current free shipping special or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com.
My name is Don Wiskin, and at 42 years old, I suffered a massive heart attack and was told I'd be on disability for the rest of my life. What did I do? I created Extendovite, a garlic and cayenne mix of 7 herbs which rebuilt my heart and gave me back my life. For over 17 years now, I have made this formula available to you, so you don't have to suffer the same thing I did. Clean your blocked arteries and strengthen your heart and boost your natural immune system. I'm 60 years old now and I still work every day. To get your Extendovite, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com. Extendovite is only $69.95 for a 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Serious investors and traders want to make 81% return in 60 seconds? Use the same secret algorithm professional hedge fund managers use to make billions of dollars of profits. Turn $250 into $4,903 in just 7 clicks of a mouse. Our tool is so simple that my 82-year-old grandmother can use it to make insane stock market profits. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. Watch the free video before the hedge funds make us take it down. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. From the Robert Allen System. Current returns not indicative of future results.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help, so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares Unfiltered and Untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares Untapped and Off the Grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a select quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details in the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Captain John Regan's with us, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. Class, there's a meetup on Monday. Meetup on Monday at Jimmy's Egg, 4:45 to 8 p.m. I don't know the topic for Monday, but there will be a meetup on Monday. Jimmy's Egg, Springfield, Missouri. I'll post information on the website. Back to you, John Regan.
Let me just give you a quick heads up. I've got a lot of spy tech and control type articles for Monday. So you might want to see if you can get the 55-gallon drum size of Bliss.
I keep multiple bottles of Bliss right here in the studio. I really do, and it works, class. So if you're interested in Bliss, just go to normshealy.com, SHEALY.com, and you can buy it as well. Okay, what's next?
And if you OD on it, just pull up a Monday archive show where I'm on, and I'll fix it real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, we were in the financial section, real or paper, and the title of the article is "Death of Paper Gold Picks Up Speed Big Time Today," and this is about BlackRock suspending issuance of gold trust shares. Now, they have since acquired more gold and started issuing shares. This did not affect the buying and selling of the shares. They were just not able to issue new shares. And it's like I say, I think there's a darn good chance this is the year that we see paper and real gold and silver separate. And maybe they can get that pushed into next year, but there's just too much going on behind the scenes there that they can keep it up for so long, but eventually the scheme breaks down. And just to wrap up the segment there, Sports Authority files for bankruptcy and will close a third of its stores. So, as Obama would say, there we have Sports Authority peddling fiction. The economy is great.
The economy absolutely is not great. And I've seen some of their stores, and I'm thinking, these are huge, huge buildings, and where are the customers to support these stores? By the way, Wounded Warrior Project executives fired. They fired their CEO and COO, Chief Operating Officer and Chief Executive Officer. And why? Because they were accused of wasting donation money. And what is it? Wounded Warrior spends about 40 to 50% on overhead, including extravagant parties. So those of us who thought we were donating to a worthy cause where we are helping our wounded warriors, well, CBS News reports that 40 to 50% was spent on overhead, extravagant parties, and so forth. And I did not contribute to Wounded Warrior Project. I don't contribute to any organized charity. I only contribute where I know where 100% of my effort and resources actually go. I only help individuals. I do not help organizations, including churches. Let's see, we've got Kyle in Montana. Welcome, Kyle Harris. Welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen. Hey, John, I had a question for you. Last week, I was listening to the radio on what silver had done, and it went up like $1.50 in one day. And I was curious, have you found any information on that kind of what's happening in that market?
Well, there's been a lot going on the first half of this month, and right now we can't tell, is this really a rally or is it a short squeeze? And what a short squeeze is that, especially these big players, they short the market, meaning they're betting on it to go down. Most people that do investments go long. They're holding for the long term, expecting it to go up. So especially the banks and in the silver market, JP Morgan does a lot of shorts on silver. But with the things like oil and gold and silver going down, there were a lot of shorts, And if they make it go up, they stop them out because it would get too expensive for people to hold on to those positions. And we may see another push down. We should know by the end of the month where oil, gold, and silver will be pushed down again. It's getting really hard to try and read the tea leaves because there's so many pieces going on. So I'm kind of expecting to see a push down again because I don't think they've totally lost control of this manipulated market.
I was just curious because I heard that J.P. Morgan bought 1 million ounces or something like that just recently.
Yeah, the whole thing's wild. You've got Canada getting rid of its gold. At the same time, China is just stocking up like mad. You've got this big push for alternative energy, including solar, that needs silver. At the same time that the availability of silver, plus people wanting to have silver for investment, is going up while the availability is going down. And that type of supply and demand difference should mean that silver should be exploding. But again, with this manipulated market, it's generally going the other way. So you can't count on things being what you learned in school.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm one of the guys that really does appreciate you, and I really like talking to you off the air. We have some great conversations. And anyway, thank you, and I'll let you get back to whatever was on your bullet point.
Yeah, and it looks like, Kyle, the day you're talking about looks to me like it was March 4th when silver just jumped.
Yeah.
And it jumped over $1, as you said. And I saw that too, and I immediately called our son and I said, watch this. And he said, our son follows us quite closely. And he's been at the, some of the meetups, and he's been at the expos. And he talks to people about, precious metals and what his thoughts are. And he said, Dad, it's going to come right back down. And I said, are you sure? And he said, oh, absolutely. And he was right.
Wow.
He was right.
Yeah. All righty. Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay. And one last thing, Kyle. He tells me all the time, you don't buy silver on Fridays because Monday it's going to change. And he's been right every time he said that. It looked like it was going to rocket up, and then through the weekend it settles back down. And so be careful if you see it go up, class. Try not to panic. Be deliberate in your purchases. Kyle, thanks so much for being with us.
You bet.
John Regan?
Let's go to the bigger picture, walking under the influence.
Oh, man.
And I'm not talking about drunk. It's don't walk and text.
Yeah.
There's been a 10% increase in pedestrian deaths, and pretty much believe that it's linked to the use of phones and texting. And the most dangerous states is pretty much based on population. California, Florida, Texas, New York are the top 4 with triple-digit deaths of pedestrians between January and June last year. So, it's not just driving distracted. Walking distracted can be dangerous too. And they've also, it's not in this article, they found out that even hands-free talking on the phone in the car is as distracting as texting. So it's pretty much you should just be paying attention to driving and maybe listening to the radio.
John, I am absolutely convinced that when people drive, when they have their cell phone up to their head and they're behind the wheel of a vehicle, miles and miles can go by. And if you were to say to them, so tell me about the last 4 miles, what did you notice? I'll bet you they can't tell you what happened. They are kind of like on autopilot, not really paying attention, barely there, because I literally believe it is it's impossible to totally concentrate on the activities that are required for operating an automobile and using a microwave-powered transmitter right next to your head. I believe it's impossible to devote 100% of your attention to behind-the-wheel activities. I really mean that. And I think it's absolutely dangerous. And, I'm not for laws in most cases, but that is something that I don't think should be permitted. Allowing somebody to be behind the wheel of a tractor trailer or a pickup truck or any vehicle for that matter, under the influence of microwave radiation.
Next up, Obama hates free riders. What happened is Obama blasted the Prime Minister of the UK for not supporting the offensive in Libya. And, I just thought it was funny. I was thinking about Obama phone, but then again, that's not really a good comparison because they're not free riders. That's a case of the Democrats buying votes with taxpayers' money.
Yeah, and how about that little girl who was running against a little boy for class president, and the little boy is trying to make his case for what would make the educational environment better in his school and her school, and she says, well, free ice cream for everybody, and she wins. She gives them ice cream. They get an instant fix for their greed, and he wants to make the whole situation better. He loses, she wins because she's giving out free ice cream, just like the Obama phones. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
Hi there. Are you an unhappy timeshare owner? Have you ever asked yourself, how can I get rid of my timeshare? Does your story go something like Stacy's story goes? Here's Stacy now.
My husband and I went and visited a resort, and they kind of attacked us, and they kept sending more and more people until we finally said yes, and we bought this timeshare, and then we were stuck in this timeshare that we couldn't get rid of, and we tried all different ways. They made it seem like it was this really great deal, and when we said no originally, then they brought the price down, and then when we still said no, they brought in the manager, and they brought the price down even lower, and they started breaking out in different ways to make it look like it was this really awesome deal. The reality was it wasn't an awesome deal at all.
To cancel your timeshare contract, Call ACC today. It's an attorney-based program with a free consultation. The first 20 callers get a 20% discount. Call now, 800-587-EXIT. That's 800-587-3948. Call today, 800-587-EXIT. That's 800-587-3948.
No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Hey, I rode the elevator with you, but I don't work on the upper floors. I just want to squeeze in there right next to you, so the RFID scanner in my pocket can capture all your personal information, your debit and credit cards, even your work ID badge. So your identity is now my identity. Going up, so am I.
For over 10 years, ID Stronghold has pioneered RFID blocking wallets and ID badge holders for consumers, the U.S. military, and even the Executive Office of the President. Shouldn't you be protected too? ID Stronghold wallets cost about the same as wallets in most stores, but give you extra protection.
I'm Walt Augustinowicz, founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. Don't be a victim of electronic pickpocketing. Protect yourself from crimes you can't see with ID Stronghold wallets, card sleeves, and purses.
Visit idstronghold.com and get the original RFID blocking wallets and badge holders. idstronghold.com.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Captain John Regan's with us, and John, I was in the barn with our son yesterday, and he said, "Dad, I need to get some cannonballs," and I said, "Oh, are you gonna weld them to some chain and hang them from the receiver on your truck?" And he said, "How'd you know?" That's why I just knew. I don't know, John. Have you ever seen those testicles that hang from the back of a? So he wants to use cannonballs. So I said, let me look this up. So I'm looking it up, and they're called truck nuts. They're called truck balls, bumper nuts, bumper balls, cargo nads, drive-through danglers, trucksticles. My favorite, trucksticles. Hitch nuggets, highway hangers, and balls on a truck. That's so he wants to. And that would be his interpretation of the prefabricated ones that you can hang on the back. And just a small bit of levity. What's next? Mike Anthony. I hope you're okay. I haven't heard from you in a while. And so if anyone has heard from Mike Anthony, please give me a call. I hope he's okay. Back to you.
I was just thinking maybe we should get a pair for Obama. He seems to have lost his.
Yeah.
But he does have a red pen.
Yes.
Let's see if we can get through the bigger picture items from Monday. The first one is a copy of the email that a Houston CEO, the CEO of DXP Enterprises, sent his soon-to-be laid-off employees. It talks about how things are in the oil patch, and he calls it a depression. So I've got that for your perusal. The one I want to spend with the time we got left, it's a crime to be homeless. Almost. Homeless man owes government over $110,000 in fines for being homeless. And this is, I think, going to get worse. We're at a point, especially with student loans, that there's a lot of people that can't afford to buy houses. Rents are going up faster than the average inflation rate. and it's getting to the point where people can't afford to rent. So the next venue is being homeless, but as we see, the cities, don't like the homeless either. So it's just like, if we want to try and be a little self-sufficient in the city, just try having chickens, in some cases even something as mild as a garden. A lot of cities don't want you to have those. And, we either have to take a stand and fight back on that, or we're going to have to find a place that we can take care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm. I was talking with Werner Bach about that last night off the air. And we were talking about the height of the Depression in Germany and how through manufacturing real products and putting people to work making real products, Germany was able to recover. And what are we doing here in this country? We're doing shovel-ready projects that aren't shovel-ready and they aren't even projects. We can't even figure out how to paint a bridge, let alone build something. It's absolutely pitiful what our government has done and squandered the money, kind of like the Wounded Warriors Project, just wasting money. How much does it cost for that guy to go play golf with his entourage? And how much disruption does he cause when he goes and plays golf for everyone else that was playing golf there that day? He shows up, and now their day's ruined, right?
We got people in Austin today that can't use their balconies this afternoon because he's in town.
Can you imagine that? Can't use your balcony. Why? I guess you might get shot for kind of looking that direction, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Right.
Yeah, Barry comes to town and everything gets worse. Captain John Regan, thanks so much with us. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Monday when I'm looking forward to Spy Tech. I will hit the mute button. I will try to listen intently without saying a word on Monday. Thanks so much, class. Above all, honesty and integrity. What happens next?
By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems.
Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees, ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better.
Too.